Gosh, oh gee, but I have fun following myself one by one. Gosh, oh gee, but I have fun following myself one by one. This is going to be another episode of Mike TV. Welcome to Mike TV, everybody. I'm going to maybe do some push-ups and sit-ups. Everyone needs to do that. Want a cleaner shirt. Cleaner shirt. Cleaner shirt. We want a cleaner shirt. Everybody. Let's pick one at random. Alright. Yeah. Cleaner shirt. I think. It's got some stains on it. We're getting dressed just like on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. He changes his sweater. Mike puts on a shirt. You know? Should you go shirtless around kids? Should you go half naked around kids? Should you be half naked on YouTube? Should you be half naked around family? Should you be half naked, period? Man, be free, everybody. Be free, everybody. I say be free. Be free with yourself. Now, that doesn't mean go naked everywhere. I go naked, half naked, like you saw me a minute ago in those shorts, all the way to the mailbox and back in broad daylight. And assumably, maybe there are kids within that visual spectrum who can see that. And that's okay, everybody. That's right. Life's too short not to live it as a Texan. Yeehaw! No. There's another long episode of Mike TV because Mike's lonely and he wants to talk. He wants to just talk. He doesn't have anybody to talk to. And I'm like, in the shirt. It feels good right now to be in a shirt. I feel good in the shirt. So it's good to have a shirt on. But we're talking about being half naked, and half naked is just fine. Totally naked is just fine. Let me get that light. Everything is just fine with being naked. Not completely naked. You're not supposed to expose your, privates or your butthole. You know? I mean, you could even conjecture, because of the butthole thing, is it proper to expose your underwear? You know? But Madonna pretty much does it. You know? And then the style's there to sometimes wear a bra. I mean, women wear things that are all but see-through around their nipples. I think by law, they have to do is cover their nipples. And sometimes pretty much dress. Man, do women ever dress scantily compared to men, right? Because, men are not it's like, well, what's to show off on a man that's sexy? Just about any part of him that would be muscular, right? So even my forearm could be considered a sexy ordeal. Or my calves, because I'm wearing shorts. Or my big, strong legs. And the height of my shorts, exposing more of that big, strong leg. But, there's less sex appeal for me, so it's hard for me to understand, but I'm sure there is one. And there's facial features, there's facial dynamics. I mean, sometimes I look at a woman and just the bone structure, I guess, of her skull, and the way her eyes are cut, and features and everything, it's like, wow, lose the 6 chins. No. That's rude too. Sometimes I've seen them that are like that, and then it's like, it wouldn't help if you lost the 6 chins. You need to eat. You need to eat to make yourself happy. That's rude too, because I'm a big, fat, ugly dude. It looks that way, but I clean up good. But even still, men don't have the same kind of sex appeal, I don't think. But I don't think that, right? How do women see it? I'm trying to put myself in that perspective, seeing of how women might see sex appeal. My understanding is they see sex appeal by the attitude, the way a dude acts, and they don't even care about physical form. Whoa, bullshit, right? I believe that too, but the reason why they care less about it is because men dress more conservatively, is where we're going with this, than women. I mean, I went to the eye doctor today, and I met this chick, and well, I didn't really meet her. I more or less just stared at her ass. And you know what? And when she turned around and I was still staring in that direction, I didn't divert my attention. I didn't look away like I was not watching. I'm like, bitch, you got on like, and you got like a pow of an ass, and you expect me to not be looking at that shit? Fuck. I'm gonna be looking at that shit. I'm gonna be like, you got corn in it? Did you eat some corn? I'm gonna be looking at that shit that fucking close. And that entails the problem. It's like they could dress a little more conservatively just to make life easier on us who are trying to just participate in life as members of society. You know? Because surely if I was, if I had a woman or something like that, and women were my thing, I wouldn't want to be exposed to it so much, you know. I wouldn't want it to be any less of or any more of or anything of myself, right? Well, anyway, so like, you know, me being half naked, it's like, what's sexy about that? The hair? Oh yeah, he looks like a bear. Woo, that's great. Because women always want to have sex with bears. In fact, I think that's the notion. We discussed the fact that bananas are not penises and cucumbers are not penises, and evidently neither is the state monument of fallacy. It's actually an obelisk, which is a sight line in order to measure landscaping and stuff, in order to level buildings from one perspective. Degrade ground, basically. Yeah, so those things aren't bad. And I'm also going to tell you that it's all in my head that I have this problem. That I should be able to deal with women naked. I practiced that, actually. I ate today while watching cam chicks. I just have cam chicks on. I'm like eating dinner. La-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da. Looking at them in their scantily dressed clothing, talking and trying to flirt with me and tease and show a boobie and shit and dance around, and I'm just gonna like go on without it. You know, I'm just gonna eat because I can't touch it, I can't feel it, I can't have it, I don't want it. That's part of it. But even still, I'm trying to. I mean, think if you have a hot chick, you have to be able to deal with the fact that she's hot. You can't have a hot chick if you can't talk to a hot chick. If you can't, I mean, that in and of itself, this whole, oh, I'm so shy, I can't talk to her, and then I'll warm up to her, that's all bullshit. You need to get accustomed to it. You have to be able to freaking do it. And I actually demand the whole hot chick thing or something, or you know, want it. But who knows? I just am a fucking lunatic who fucks with my own head, and I'm trying to get stronger about my thought control processes, not to be like. I mean, I stared at that chick's ass today at the eye doctor. I was like, whoa. I stared at it, but I didn't go, whoa. Actually, that's not what I did. I just stared at it, and I'm like, baffled by the mind. She had 2 kids with her or something, and she's like dressed like that. I'm like, whoa, come on now. I mean, but it just complicates my life, man. I can't be complicated. I need to get my guitar that I dropped earlier. Would you believe I'm not even going to check it to see if it's in tune? That's what Bessie Smith is like. That's what my baby does for me. That's who she is. Let's see. Now I wonder who's up late and wants to see me live on Facebook. I'm going to go ahead and click to Facebook and tell them I'm just now starting to play guitar. See, I'm giving them a heads up. You waited all this time to see if I'd come up with something. We're going to find out. Posted to Facebook. See if we get any viewership out of that. Too bad you can't just advertise yourself. Well, you probably can with YouTube, and I can advertise. Hey man, I'm going live next to InfoWars, and you can come over and listen to me, or you can listen to InfoWars, and I'm gonna fill you in. Listen to me, I'm gonna fill you in. Listen to me, I'm gonna tell you when. Listen to me, I'm gonna fill you in. Listen to me, I'm gonna win. But not with that song. Oh boy. We were trying. We tried. It goes to show there's something happening tonight. There might be something happening. We wanna show ourselves too much. Shows a lot better if I keep the music in, doesn't it? It at least sounds better. I could learn to talk a little quieter. I could learn to talk a little quieter. No, what I need to do is what I've been told, and it sounds like this. No, what it is I have a rare form of pressured speech. It has been noted before, and the control is to slow down and play it like William Shatner. To take everything in a pulse. To not move too quickly through time. To not try to rush. To try to remember what I'm going to say before I say it in order to analyze it before I say it, so when I say it, it sounds right. But I do a lot of that inspirational, trying to get things right off the cuff. If I knew why the government was you, why the government always gotta be too hard to get around. I don't know why I went on the government, because the song goes something like this. Never been a very good friend, and I'm not the one to turn to. I'll always love, and I'll always love, and I'll always love down in the soul. Never been a very good friend, and I'm not the one to depend upon. I wanna feel, and I wanna feel, and I wanna feel down in my soul. I've never been a very good friend, and I'm not the one to rely on. I'll always love, and I'll always love, and I'll always love you with my soul. I hope you're somebody and not a bot. Because good Lord, you're the only one out there paying me any attention, and I hope you work for MGM Studios and you're ready to just make a movie about this guy who's on YouTube, who talks to nobody and is damn near schizophrenic. He's so bipolar with his psychotic features and attitude, and you're just gonna put him on there and say this is him. And man, this is a Sundance movie coming on. It's a Sundance movie coming on, alright. It's a Sundance movie coming on, alright. What? I guess when I dropped it, I did knock it out of tune. We need to tune up. Because that didn't sound very good. Good thing we didn't use that string. We need to get it right. turned it. Ooh. Order me a pizza. Yeah, that's good enough. We're going with good enough tonight. Yep. I know this is not a cover song. Here's a guy with a second-rate education. Doesn't know his ass from a hole in the ground. But yet he wrote one song that everyone said was sure to make it to the top of the charts, but it fell flat on its face. And it still plays downtown on a street corner. But only when it rains. You, sir, are the most lucky, fortunate, super fortunate person, if you were paying attention, who got to hear that friggin' verse, or verses, or whatever, because that was totally inspired moment. I actually wrote that music for my grandfather's passings, I just combined them as an overall thing in thought of, and it has to do with both of them, and it was in there about that, but then I just wrote the words that are totally different from that based on what maybe I could have written it about instead using that music, but that music was inspired, therefore was in time with and could be used with, but just gosh darn it, we need to have us a moment. Here we go, here's another good one, just the music though. No, maybe not. Let's see how many verses of this one I know. There's like 30. You decided to walk that road alone. Said I'm leaving you to find my own. And you said you loved me and that's why you had to carry you. Couldn't leave me with a cold and empty stairwell. That's alright, baby, I'll have to understand. I'll wind up being someone else's man, and then you get jealous and tell me she's not right for me, and I'm supposed to find another place I should be. Well, one time you tell me you want me feeling fine, the next you want me drunk and drowned by wine. You say you want to be friends when you call. Well, baby, I'm over you. Didn't take me that long at all. Wish I died where I was. Well, I bitch song. God, you know, I never thought I would be the cold-hearted, callous person inside, anywhere inside of the block-headed brain I got that puts me in that realm. And you know what? From now on, we're on stage 24/7, 365, 85, 90, 10. And that's the year I'm going to be famous in. I don't know what that was, but 85, 90, 10. I don't even know what I said. Don't really give a fuck either. Oh, sorry. Dropping an F-bomb. HBO special. It should be an afternoon special. That's what people say it, but it's because it's a tragic story. A man with a guitar wore a shirt once and got inspired by How You Are. Sang along with it. Good country songs like Merle Haggard. Decided it was time, and then it was about to be heard. Oh, the love you promised me would be mine forever. Would have bet my bottom dollar on. Well, it sure turned out to be short forever. Once I turned my back and you were gone. From now on, all my friends are gonna be strangers. I'm all through ever trusting anyone. Only thing I can count on now is my fingers. So for believing in you, 'cause now you're gone. It amazes me not knowing any better than to believe a love like ours could be true. Well, I should be taken out and tarred and feathered rather than to let myself be taken in by you. Merle Haggard, everybody. Merle Haggard. Which brings us to the next click of the show, cover songs. Because I'm too unimaginative right now to play songs I've already written. Or come up with new ones. And I do this because it teaches me song structures of other people, chord changes of other people that I might infuse into what I do. Sometimes I do it just because I like to hear the song and I don't feel like looking it up and hearing theirs. I might only have my guitar, the power might be out, might be camping. So I take it camping with me, my guitar. Sometimes. Don't tell me that you love me. Got nothing left in turn except this empty bag of promises and second-degree burns on the tips of my fingers from touching certain fruit that I never should have touched in the first place. Now the sky is raining fire, and I think I'll go to bed. Well, there ain't much you can do when it burns down on my head, except beg and pray for mercy in this hell that you created on the corner of Satan and St. Paul. Now my cup, it runneth over, and it runs down in my eyes. Maybe when I'm a little older, I won't tell myself so many lies. Now it took me 20 years down in words just to scratch them out again. It'll take another 20 years to fix the next 15, but it never seems to work to my advantage. Now I'm walking here on rusted nails, battered wings and broken sails. If I told you that I'm leaving, then I'm probably telling lies. But if I could only make it out of here to Denver, Colorado, well, I'd book it out of Satan and St. Paul. Yes, I'd book it out of Satan and St. Paul. Yep. You're welcome. People sit around and they go, you can't sing, you can't play music, what are you droning on? Did I sound like I was fucking droning on, people? Come on. You wouldn't want it like that all the time. You'd be like, dude, I'm worn out. I heard one song. Back up. It had that much emotion, didn't it? Didn't it? Didn't it? You're like, set break. Me too. I'm about exhausted. But watch this shit. I'm about exhausted. Watch this shit. Give me a song. That's the song. Wrong key, but we're gonna play it that way. I won't back down. No, I won't back down. You can stand me up at the gates of hell, but I won't back down. I will stand my ground. Won't get turned around in a world that keeps on dragging me down. I will stand my ground, and I won't back down. Hey, babe, there ain't no easy way out. I will stand my ground, and I won't back down. I know what is right. I've got just one life in a world that keeps on dragging me around. I will stand my ground, and I won't back down. And I can play another verse and ad-lib and shit, but quite frankly, I'm tired now, right? I'm tired. That sounded like I was fucking tired, didn't it? That sounds like I'm too fucking smacked out of my fucking head on caffeine. No. Although I did drink a lot of coffee. You don't understand. I am in total control of this. I am in control of the horizontal and the vertical. You see what I'm saying? Twilight Zone, bitch. Twilight Zone. You can do that too. See? It's all in control. Now, when somebody says, well, why do you do it then? Why? Well, you're listening to Speed with the Diecast Cars Diecast radio show. Live on YouTube. With Mike TV, everybody. Okay? Because things get catchy. Things get ingrained in the universe. It's some principles of some stupid shit that's fucking smacked up that like my brother and I talk about, right? There's some stupid shit in it. Some motherfucking stupid shit in it. You know? Like, this shit is stupid. No. God. See, that's the problem with going too slow and acting too dramatic. I totally lose my train of thought. I have no idea what we're talking about even. Other than I don't remember what I was last thinking. That's how lucid my fucking thinking is. Dropped everything. Last thing I can date back to was caffeine and build from that. Oh, drug usage. No, I'm not on crack cocaine or crack or crack cocaine or anything else in order to have this stupid high energy. In fact, the problem might be that I didn't take my medication yet. The real medication, you know, like prescribed by a medical doctor who has an MD. But what's that worth, right? Anyways, let's play a peaceful song. Let's have a peaceful song. Can I have a peaceful song? Let's have a peaceful song. I'm getting up on my tiptoes with that shit, bitch. So you don't know how hard I work. People don't appreciate my art. So I die up here on this stage with the butterflies gnawing and gnawing. No, okay. Maybe I'm not completely in control of it. I just like a really dramatic show, man. My radio show is a lot like this. You leave me alone in the confined quarters talking to an audience of nobody, to 1, to 2, to 3, to 12, to 100. I just go spastic. And I talk to them. We all need to be talked to. You know, sometimes you think the news is talking to you. This is a relevant thing here. We need to pause. What was I going to play? A peaceful song. Don't let me forget it. It's Bonnie's song. Just say it again when it comes up. News. You're watching it and you say, they look like they're talking to me. They do that on purpose. They talk to the camera and talk to an audience of 1 and try to make it as personal as they possibly can. They will talk to the camera and be like, hi, you are my very most special person in the world. That's what they do. Except they don't wear glasses, they wear contacts. I hide. Superman, bitch, Clark Kent. Come on. Okay. May God bless and keep you always. We're doing Bonnie's song, actually. Which goes like this. But it's really about Mother Mary. Maybe it's my message to her. Maybe it's her likeness in them. I don't know. Why do you want to hear that one so bad? You like Forever Young that bad? May God bless and keep you always. May your wishes all come true. You always do for others. May the others do for you. Okay, now you heard it. Now can we go back to Bonnie's song? Which is this. Might even have the same tempo. Might even have the same strum pattern as Forever Young, but damn it, it's not. Not even the same chords. Not even the same key. And it's about ready to be something. It's got one more chord in the progression than it too. It's got 5 versus 4. So 4 over 5 and do that second time. But here we go. She never lets me go. She never lets me go. She never lets me go. Maybe I should. She holds me like she got her arms wrapped around the whole world. She holds me like she's got her arms wrapped around the whole world. She holds me like she got her arms wrapped around the whole world. Where am I to go? Each recording always gets better. That's why I do them over and over again. Every time, baby, you hold me tighter. Every time, baby, I cry a little louder. Every time I feel you hold me tighter, baby, I feel a little better. More at ease. No good for her. I know I ain't no good for her. I know I ain't no good for her. But I got love. Good Lord, I got love. And we also start to get a nose itch. You see the power in that? And I didn't even put any tongue in it. Shit. I'm famous, bitch. No, really I'm not. I'm a lunatic. I'm a demented motherfucker. Who seems over in time, I can, at the very least, find somebody with some serious editing skills and be like, alright, here's my YouTube channel. And download this shit and make a Sundance movie with it. Use my likeness and image, yo. And then I'll change my character altogether. See, that's what's beautiful. See, I'm an actor, and somebody could be like, you know, I saw your movie. I know what you like. You know, you can be like, I know how you are, John Malkovich. Dude, you don't know how John Malkovich is unless you're John Malkovich. He knows what it's about. But even still, without being a John Malkovichian conceptualization, at the very least, when you deal with the fact that you have different personalities of people to examine over the course of time, and you got your John Malkovich, and you got your Mike Dwyer, and you got your Sundance Film Festival, and you got your splicing it up and chopping it up, and my concept there that we were having. Exactly. You go ahead and make a movie out of it or whatever, right? But and you got a likeness and image, and everybody says they know me at that point in time. All I can do is change how I am. I just focus on being a different person. I can start shaving every day, taking a shower, and people be like, dude, that's not how he was in the movie. Be like, no, not at all. You see how many people go to my YouTube channel? You know, the Streetlight Poetry stuff. Watch the Streetlight Poetry things with the big old beard. And they're like, what the fuck? And I'm like, yeah, man. I used to have a beard. I can grow them easily. I just don't want to have one right now. Simple as that. Doesn't entertain me. I like having no beard. Just scruff. We're going to have some more soda. Soda! Oh, there's my drug, sugar. I'm basically food drying and high on sugar. It's a fasting technique I use to lose weight and to fast and get into spiritualness. Because I do them bilaterally. I can't do one without the other, and so you can say, well, if you're doing it for losing weight, then you can't be doing it for fasting. And it's like, no, I can do it for both. Trust me. You can multitask. I can bilaterally both fast spiritually and for weight loss, which isn't healthy, and I don't care. Because fasting's not healthy. There's ways you can fast. The only way to fast is to fast. Oftentimes people are like, well, you can do things to, like, you know, help yourself and keep healthy while you fast. Do you realize, dude? Okay. Because I'm not yelling from out there. Do you realize fasting isn't healthy? That's what induces the fasting-ish. I'm not going to make up a word. It induces the messed upness of why you fast. It induces the spiritualism, because what it does is it's unhealthy. And it steps you away from your body because your spirit does not want to have to do with an unhealthy formation at the time. It kind of wants to go a different direction or something. But not what I just said, because it's not because it's easier to separate yourself from something that's not being living. See, and that's what we do most of the time, is we spend our time living. I do. You know, I go from eating like a bag of M&Ms to eating the ice cream to eating a sandwich to having a hamburger. You know, fuck the ice cream, fuck the example of the M&Ms, which is brand labeling. You know, candy coated chocolate, or chocolate in general, or non-chocolate chocolate candy, gummy-ish stuff, corn syrupy, squishy food. Look at these descriptions I'm coming up with. It's simply because I haven't eaten, and it's because I'm not attached to reality, and I'm not attached to reality as much so because what I'm trying to do is deviate from the reality that most of the time we spend ourselves in, where we're really, really, really attached to our corpuscular beings, and we think about sex, we think about food, and then we think about sex, and then we think about food, and then we think about love and nature and the environment and work, and then we think about food, and then we think about sex, and then we think about food, and then we think about sex, then we think about food, then we think about sex, then we think about food, then we think about sex, and we think about work and the environment and love and faith and God, and then we think about food, then we think about sex, then we think about food, then we think about sex, then we think about sex, then we think about sex, then we think about food, then we think about sex, then we think about food, sex, and then we're dead, and we're not thinking at all. Most of the time we live that way. By fasting, we get away from all this, and it turns more into jelly. And I mean, hell, I ate a sandwich not too long ago, so this soda's not really fasting. It's a sleep deprivation too. Sleep will do that to you. I'm not sleeping. I did eat, which means I should sleep. Doing crazy shit like this isn't really wise, but I do it because it's wise. It informs me. And then when I go back to living in a regular stasis, I'm better off, even though I don't remember this shit that well. Good cream soda, nice and flat. Been in there so long because I'm drinking it one cordial at a time. Who drinks a 2 liter of soda, 1 cup this big at a time? I do. Somebody says there's got to be a bot watching me. That's a rude bot, man. Makes me think I have an audience. And I've seen it without any. I don't know how it can be a bot, man. I've seen it go away in the middle of the show because they get offended. I bet you if I showed my hairy ass, it'd be over with. Maybe not. They may not be watching that closely. I think they're undercover. They're one in my living room. You know, I'm having a conspiracy about that. It's your FBI, your CIA, your LMNOP. It's a real thing. I wish somebody would bring me a pack of cigarettes, yo. 'Cause I'm gonna smoke them all up talking to you. And then where will I be? I'll be cigaretteless. Back in my corpuscular being, in the dwelling of my home. Right now, I'm so big. I'm so big right now. I'm famous big, you know? These diatribes are gonna be famous, man. People are going to come back and look at this shit later and go, holy fucking shit. That's where that guy came up with all this weird shit from. I got a bunch of weird shit, man. I got so much I don't even have to produce anymore. That's one reason why, like, I don't care if I'm dead, man. I've done so much work in my life. I've done so much work. People are like, where? What proof you got you've done any work at all? Oh, God. It's like, fuck you, man. Like, I wrote a book, at the very least. And then some. I wrote a book and a lot of plays. I wrote a book and plays and a lot of plays and a lot of books. And collections of poetry and stuff. And edited it and worked on it and scrutinized over it. This isn't just plain day speak bullshit. fucking worked, right? And it's like, that ain't really working. No, I did that on the side. Well, I dug ditches, basically. You know, I was a dishwasher for a while, a prep cook for a while, a convenience store clerk for a while, a satellite representative phone service person, call center dude, a data processor for some research stuff where we were just taking stacks of old books and basically putting them down into computers so that it could be easily graphable and shit. Where previously all we could do was record numbers and make graphs by hand. They wanted to be able to do it all digitally and do fancier graphs by having it all computerized. You know, flip-flop it around and do shit to analyze it better than the old school way of drawing them and having to draw them that slow. They wanted to do it faster, and they did because we put it all in there. Then, by gosh almighty, I've had 75 plus job responsibilities and descriptions. I don't want to say responsibilities, but 75 job descriptions with many responsibilities to each description. And then some, 75 plus. So, and on the side, I wrote a book. And on the side, I performed in many plays where people saw me and enjoyed me and my participation in the ensemble. And that is effort and work. I've done a lot of paintings. I got paintings all over the place now because I gave them away for free and people would come and get some. And assumably they kept them and they're out there and they know I exist. And I'd like it if we could have a party. I'd like to have a party. I'd like to just like re-advertise, hey man, if you got one of my paintings, because I didn't keep up with you, we're having a party. Hot dogs and popcorn and balloons and candy and shit and croquet. Gotta have a croquet game. And, you know, have everybody who's got my art come together and be like, yeah, man, I got some, and reshare them or something. Because I don't know where they are, and it puzzles me. But that's okay. I don't care that much. I just know that I've done a lot, and it's out there, and that's good. I also still have a lot, and it's in here. And I've done tons of work. My paintings are work. And like I said, I did the paintings while working. Did more of them after I quit working because for some reason it's just something I do when I'm bored. In fact, I should like get to it. I should retake my setup in there because I can take the camera, the microphone, and pretty easily put you in the studio to talk to you while I paint. And we will be doing that in the future. We are not doing that today because we don't have viewership is what I'm going to claim. That's bullshit. We're not doing it today because I don't feel like doing it. Something's happening to the screen. Why is it changing colors? That was freaky. I thought it was anyway. Maybe it was just my eyes getting messed up. Here's the thing. We're going to do that. Maybe we may do that tonight. There goes the screen color again. Because every time I get close to the screen or something, it must be fucking with the camera. It was reflecting off of my shiny forehead. Truthfully. And white shirt. Thanks. So, yes, I'm psychic, I told you. So, we'll probably go in the studio and paint. This is really... So, I'm out there with that. I've already done a lot of work. I've got all these recordings on 5 channels on YouTube. I ate 10 habaneros. Bam! Big habaneros. I ate 10 huge habaneros. Fresh out of the garden. So... and maybe fresh, they're less hot, actually. They probably get hotter if they age just a hair, which they had. So, but, mercy me, God, it's, I'm so exhausted sometimes. Can't even tell you why. We need to turn the air down. The rudimentary process of fasting, though, is basically the process of unhealthiness, and so is sleep deprivation. It's to get out of your senses. It's so you can basically project across that astral plane. Let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. Sure, we can talk about magic or science, whatever you want to call it. Some people say magic was science, and science is magic. It's all provable and scientific. Indeed, I don't believe that. I don't believe it's all that. Some of it's the unseen. You don't know about the unseen. We don't. People say, well, magic can't be real. Okay, well, if you're a Bible thumper, yes, magic is real. And you should not be, all down with Harry Potter and magic in general. Now, it's Lord of the Rings necessarily even. It's okay. It's entertainment, but you have to remember it's entertainment. It cannot be taken overly too seriously. And people say, I don't. It's like, yeah, you probably might. You have to be really careful how seriously you take it. And because magic is real, and the way we know this is the Bible says so. The Bible says, do not practice magic. In the same section it talks about the Ten Commandments, you'll find it says, do not practice magic. He forbade us to practice magic. Now, what does that mean? If magic is science, then we're not supposed to practice science. And so I think they're different. But we're not supposed to practice magic. Because well, hell, I mean, playing guitar would be science. It's scientific. It's real scientific. In that scope. So if science is magic and magic is science, playing guitar is certainly a science. As much as it is an art, it's scientific. And yeah, that's all sciencey. That's all sciencey shit. Bathroom break. The hardest thing about astral projection is most people use it for sex. How about that? That's the truth. And that's because it's very easy to get wrapped up in it that way. It's very easy to fall for it that way. Cleveland Brown is on, or the Cleveland show, with Cleveland Brown and the Bear. Because the Bear's going to have a spin-off show. No, not really. Here's the thing we've got to understand about whatever it is I was talking about, and that's astral projection. You can't fall for the sex trap on that one. You can use that for affirmation. You don't believe it's true. When you get a hard-on, ask a girl if she's getting wet about it. If you're like in tune with each other and actually thinking about each other. Now, if you're not, then clearly there's a mixed signal, and they call it a mixed signal because that's what it fucking is, right? Okay, these things in our language are there for a fucking reason. They're there for a fucking reason. Because that's the way it fucking is. Sorry to fuck my speech up like that, but the fact nobody notices this stuff, the fact that I have to talk about it, the fact that we talk about it as opposed to it's so inherently known, and people argue about it. You're not psychic, you don't know what I'm thinking. No, not exactly. I have to keep up with what I'm thinking, and if you haven't noticed, I tend to forget exactly what I was thinking 1 second before. That's sometimes because I'm running into your thought, and I'm having to correct my thought after my thought ran into your thought to make my thought the next thought in the moment that makes the next moment an accurate moment without you going, hey, wait a minute. That's not really what I was thinking. So, with all those hesitations, I still move like quantum leap, baby. I still haul ass around people, you know? Best thing I can do after a while is just take over the thought patterns. But what I was getting at is quite often with astral projection or mind projection or mental projection or mental thinking or thinking out loud or psychic whatever, or even remote viewing or any number of things that you might consider supernatural that really aren't. Divination, that's supernatural. You wanted something. Or divining, I think it's called. I call it divination, divining, whatever. Dowsing rods, weird stuff like that is not that scientific. Some of that actually is more scientific, but like pendulums and what. Anyways, goodness gracious, now we're getting off on so many tangents. I can't remember. Amulets are weak because if you lose your amulet, then you've lost your strength, and then you're weak. Whereas if you need no amulet, then you can lose all the amulets in the world. People can steal them from you. They you make them think that you need it, and then they steal it, and then you go, bah ha 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 ha. All I did was pull you into a web of lies and deceit and sin. Now go on your way and be penanced. Ha ha, I screwed you, because that meant no power to me. So anyways, that's why you don't get linked amulets and stupid shit. But I'd even tell you to stay kind of not away from rosaries, just don't buy into more than it is. When you have one, here's the cool thing about astral projection or mind fucking. People usually do exactly that. They use it for mind fucking, and that is the problem. They don't want to expand what you can do with mind fucking in terms of that. Now, that's your average. That's your average. Now, of course, there are people who go above and beyond in that sense. They take it way too seriously. I need to fix the camera. They take it way too seriously. I keep trying to duck down into view. They take it way too seriously. They try to mind fuck the wrong person is what I mean by they take it way too seriously. Are there people out there who need to be mind fucked? God, yes. They need to fucking be so more active. But you know, I spend a lot of time just numb and wanting to get away from it. And mind fucking. I don't even want to get away from it. I spend it mind fucking. They've doped me up and made me just want to mind fuck. I just want to get off. I don't care about anybody or anything anymore. Just get me off. So I look for a way to mind fuck. And I don't want the complication of a girlfriend. I don't want the complication of the argument that comes from the ensuing, you don't know what I'm thinking thoughts about thinking and thoughts. Even though sometimes we just don't even express what we're thinking. We express something totally different. So that's why people inherently assume that they don't know what the other person is thinking. They do. People don't express what they're thinking. I don't express what I'm thinking all the time. You're not supposed to. You're supposed to bite your tongue. If you don't have something good to say, you're not supposed to say it. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of that. I'm counting cigarettes, alright? Cigarettes are going to tell us if we're a show or not. If I have 3 cigarettes, the show is over. I have 3 cigarettes. Thank God the show's over. I knew how many there were. I was just trying to remember, sort of halfway remember. And you're like, well, why didn't you just stop the show if you did? Look, man, I'm not in control here. I try to let some things have control. Because I am in control. You know? I run things. He-Man. Master of the universe. My universe. I might let you in. I might let you in.